people are here and stuff's going on. So forgive me if I kind of look away a little bit. I'm
No,
trying to give
no
direct.
worries. We are live. So, welcome to this week's Monday Biz Motivation with the Culver City Chamber. I'm Candance Simmons. I'm a board member and I'm also a business owner. I own All That and More Boutique, and I have the pleasure of hosting these segments with Rafia Cooper, who's an ambassador for the Culver City Chamber and also a business owner. She owns Rafia Jewelry. The Culver City Chamber, one of our missions is to connect people, resources, and ideas. And this platform was created to do just that. We love every week we get to introduce you to one of the amazing business owners that serve the Culver City community. So this week's guest, I'm going to stop right there and hand it over to Rafia and let her tell you and who she is and introduce her.
Okay, thank you, Candance.
Welcome.
Happy Monday to everyone. It's almost St. Patty's Day. Hope
Yes.
everyone's ready for some celebrations. Before I introduce our guests, I would like to tell everyone watching to please put your comments and your questions so that you can ask a question of us as a host or our guest, okay? So without further delay, this is Shirrell Edey from Chefs for Seniors, and we're going to learn all about your business today. So welcome.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business and tell us how you got started?
Absolutely. So Chefs for Seniors is a unique meal preparation company in that we actually go into the homes of our clients, our seniors, and we prepare meals in their kitchen. We come, show up with our pots and pans and knives, cutlery, all of the plating materials that we need, as well as the groceries that are needed to prepare the meals that they've selected. And we cook in their kitchen, inviting them to have an interactive cooking experience. The good thing about that is we're addressing two of the major causes of death in seniors, that being loneliness and malnutrition. And so we're providing a meal preparation service, we're providing visitation time, we're providing healthy home cooked meals, and also pretty much cleaning, because we have to clean up the kitchen after we're done, right?
Right.
So, guys, don't leave your dishes in there on purpose so we can clean them.
You were reading my mind. You were reading my mind like,
2 days before we have a visit, because we know they're going to clean up, right?
okay.
Yeah, it's an amazing service. We've been able to temporarily adjust our service model during the pandemic to no contact meal delivery. So the great thing is that they're still able to have these great home cooked and customized meals. And I bring up customized because a lot of seniors have dietary restrictions, whether it be diabetic or wanting to have keto diets, that type of thing. So we're able to, low sodium, low sugar. We're able to address some of those issues with our meal preparation. So I love it. And again, thank you for having me.
Wow.
That's
Go
great.
for it. Go for it, Rafi. I can tell you had a question.
My head is spinning. So first question is, how affordable is this? Sounds like it's such a luxury thing. I feel like it's such a treat, to have someone come and cook for you.
Absolutely. And I agree. Most people think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to afford this. I have a personal chef coming to my house. Like, there's no way I can afford this. Well, guess what? It is absolutely affordable. And I'm going to take a look at the affordability as well as how it ties into some of the other services that you may be paying for that you may be able to eliminate by using Chefs for Senior services. So the standard fee for service is $125 for the service. In other words, for myself or one of my chefs to come in and provide the service, it's $125. The additional cost comes in with purchasing your groceries. So I send out this menu either Friday or Saturday of each week. And the menu items, for instance, I'm literally reading from this week's menu. So I have a spinach mushroom quiche, a salmon and chowder, salmon chowder with a salad, turkey sweet potato shepherd's pie, Salisbury steak, red beans and rice, tequila lime chicken, a simply grilled dish, which comes with a grilled protein of your choice, along with the starch and a vegetable. So that's why we call it simply grilled. There's no sauces, nothing fancy. And then a roasted vegetable baked penne. So obviously, if you order a shrimp dish or a salmon dish, your grocery bill is going to be a little bit higher. If you order the spinach mushroom quiche and the roasted vegetable penne, your grocery bill may be a little bit lower. So that's where it comes in with the extra cost. We just ask that you pay for the cost of the groceries required to prepare the meals that you've chosen from the menu. If there
So
are
wait, do you buy the groceries and bring
Yes,
them over?
Yes, ma'am. So we do all of the grocery shopping, and that's another great thing. You let me know 24, 48 hours before, hey, Shirrell, while you're at the grocery store, can you grab me some eggs, or can you grab some milk, or, I need a bottle of wine. No problem. We got that, okay? And we don't charge anything extra to bring those additional groceries. So you've got a grocery shopping component, which you're going to pay for if you use Ralph's or some of the other delivery services, right? Once we do the service, once we finish cooking, we clean up. Well, then you're going to have to pay for that cleaning service. No, we don't mop floors or do windows or anything like that. But a lot of times the kitchen is left a lot cleaner even than when we found it. So that's an additional service that you would be paying for. So let's just say
is this for 2 people or 4 people? How do you work?
It could be for as many people as need be. I'm speaking right now specifically for one person. So it's $125 for the first family member. We charge $75 for each additional family member. So if you've got a husband, wife, caretaker, partner, whatever the case is, they get a significant discount for preparing for that second person. And just keep in mind your grocery bill may be a little bit higher because, of course, we have to buy groceries for them to prepare 2 meals. But rarely, are we only going to buy, say, 6 shrimp? It'll come in a package or whatever the case is. So there isn't a huge difference. If there's any leftover ingredients, of course, we leave those things in the client's freezer so that we're able to reuse them on the next visit. So you may not have a grocery bill at all on your second visit or very minimal. So just depends.
That's awesome, Shirrell. I know that we're talking about affordability, but Shirrell has a very generous heart. And that's one of the reasons, I've known Shirrell for several years. We met at the gym. We became gym family members. But just to watch you transition from your corporate environment into owning your own business, I applaud you for that. And again, the reason why you transition, again, speaks to who you are. But during the pandemic, that's when your light and your heart of generosity really stood out to me. I know you did some amazing things during COVID. You've been recognized by the assembly member and the community as a COVID-19 volunteer that stood out. So can you talk about how you made it affordable and what you saw during COVID-19 that just had you buzzing on the news, buzzing in the community, buzzing on the radio? Tell us what your big heart did for COVID-19 for your seniors.
Absolutely. So at the beginning of the pandemic, I recognized that there was going to be food insecurities, and with seniors being the highest risk of persons to be infected with COVID-19 and really having to adhere to that shelter-in-place order, I started a personal fundraiser to raise enough funds to be able to provide meals at no cost to our seniors that are in underserved communities. As well as the clients that stayed on as paying clients. I had a pay it forward package. So if they were willing to do at least 8 meals that were done then on a delivery basis, because again, people were concerned about having people come into their homes. So we did a temporary adjustment to no contact meal delivery. For every 8 meals purchased, we were able to provide 2 meals to a senior of their choice or at a senior services facility. I was able to raise between both fundraisers almost $10,000, and so that kept us going for quite some time. Being able to provide those meals, it was quite an undertaking, but for every meal delivered, I got 2 smiles, and that was worth it at the end of the day.
Exactly. So can you tell us a little bit about your background? I mean, where you came from? Has chefing always been your dream, or how did you land here
Oh my
serving our
goodness.
seniors?
Well, let me ask God about that. I'll be right back. No, I actually started out in corporate America. I'm going to tell you, with an MBA and the six-figure salary and doing all these great things in corporate America. But my mom, long story short, I got a phone call at my office from my mother's cardiologist saying, I don't know how else to tell you this, but if your mom can get a heart transplant, she's going to die. That's just that cut and dry. We had to go through the selection process, testing, getting on the list, and then finding a donor. I went in the office that very same day, and I went to my boss's office rather, and I fired my boss. Yeah, fired my boss. Told him, I had a bigger calling on my life, which of course was to take care of my mom, but then having to figure out how to pay the bills. And so cooking is something that I had always done. And so Love Premier Catering started. LOVE Premier Catering Events is my baby. LOVE stands for Living Our Vision Every Day. My vision was just to bring culinary masterpieces to all special events. I was able to start that business at home while taking care of my mom after the heart transplant surgery. And then Chefs for Seniors, I ran across on Facebook, believe it or not, reached out to the owners, found out that there was another 121 applicants for the California, Los Angeles area. And they did a selection process where they narrowed it down to 10 and then down to 3. They flew the 3 to Wisconsin. I was one of the 3 for 3 days. We had an absolute, hands down, this is a business. This is what we expect. And at the end of this meeting, we're going to select one of you. Before I got back to LA, I had the email that I was the one that was selected. And so I carry this very proudly, and I don't take the responsibility lightly at all. And so that's pretty much how I got here.
Awesome.
That's great. That's great. Now, I have a question. So
Yes.
Do you ever do where, let's say I have a whole bunch of stuff in my house and I can call you and say, can you make something out of it?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I get a lot of that. So, I have this menu that I send out, but then my clients call me and go, hey, this menu looks great, but I have all these steaks that I ordered on this special from whomever's Omaha Steak Company, and I've got all this hamburger meat and all this stuff in here. Can you come do an inventory and see what you can prepare from these meals? Absolutely. No problem.
Awesome.
Gotta love it. That's great.
Thank you.
Yes, and I know, Shirrell, you mentioned Love Premier. We've had the honor of having you here to cater a couple of our events. I had a client who wanted to host a breakfast and wanted to host a board meeting here at the boutique. And Shirrell showed up with all the lights, bells, and whistles. And I was like, I want to be in that meeting. I just want to sit down. And you just made it so lush and so luxurious that I was just like, wow, she's nailed this. So
Thank you.
God had a calling and you answered.
I didn't even know I had it. I mean, I've always loved entertaining, but I like pretty things. And I think people eat with their eyes first. And so visual food is sort of where I come from. And, if it's all gray, you don't know what's what on a plate, you're not going to eat it. But you've got color, and you've got beautiful plates and matching utensils and napkins and etc. It makes for a dining experience. And I think we should all have that.
Yes, and beautiful plates to put things on.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree with you. I think we do eat with our eyes first, and we do want to make everything look more appealing so that you'll actually want to grab it,
Exactly.
Right. So it looks like we have a question from the audience. It says, for someone that is assisting their parents with meals during the pandemic, what is the process for acquiring your services and learning more?
Absolutely. So you can, I'll give you a few ways to reach out to me. The most direct, obviously, is calling. The office line is 424-224-9780. I absolutely welcome people to call my cell phone. That number is 310-986-5600. As well, below on the screen, hopefully you guys can see that. You can reach me at shirrell.edey@chefsforseniors.com. There's a little bit of a typo there, so it's just chefsforseniors.com is how you can reach me.
Okay.
You can also look on the website. If you go to Just Chefs for Seniors and click on locations in LA South Bay, you'll see all my information there along with the short bio on me. You can reach out to me there as well.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's great. So do you like to go to more of like these farmers markets and see? Because to me, the shopping experience of a farmer's market is so different than the shopping experience of a grocery store. I almost feel like it's when you go to the farmer's market, you're inspired to cook what's growing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In addition to that, not only do I love the farmer's market, that's almost like a field trip for me, right? You know, where, you know, before COVID, it was the mall and Macy's and all these great places. Now, my God, right? But the beautiful thing is that with my mom having recovered so well, she has actually procured an amazing garden. So I have tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, mint, rosemary, thyme, parsley, you name it, is right outside of the window that I'm looking out of right now. So it's nice to be able to prepare things for my own garden for my clients as well.
That's great. And I love herbs in my food. So that's wonderful.
Better than salt and pepper. You know, you can do so much more with natural herbs and spices. So yeah.
Yeah. So Shirrell, one of the things that I know you got out there and did, in addition to Love Premier, in addition to Chefs for Seniors, you got out on the front lines. Can you tell us what you did at Dodger Stadium?
Oh my goodness. So that has been probably one of the most rewarding things, other than obviously, you know, reaching people right where they are, taking food to you know, seniors that are living on the streets, but going to Dodger Stadium and really just helping get these shots in people's arms. I've been volunteering there since early January, and I absolutely love it. Talking to people, assuring them that, you know, getting a vaccination is the best thing to save all of our lives. And really, I did it during the senior segment of it because, again, seniors is obviously my passion. And so I want to get them out of their homes. The depression and the mental anxiety that's taking place as a result of being locked at home. We're losing them to loneliness. We're losing them to dementia. We're losing them to Alzheimer's. And so having them be able to get this vaccination will get them out of the house. And let's just be honest, I want my city back. I want LA back. I want to be able to go out and love each other and hug on each other and be the way we were. So that was just another calling, if you will. And obedience is everything to me. God said, go. And I went.
It's so true, because, you know, it's not so much that you're dying from the virus. Sometimes it's that you're dying from the pandemic.
Correct. That is a very, very true statement.
Mm-hmm.
Shirrell, our audience is just loving you.
There's another question. What are you
Rafia.
most proud of with the work that you are doing with Chefs for Seniors?
I believe that I'm saving our senior population one person at a time. I feel so proud to be able to not only provide this service, but when they get that knock on the door and they know their chef is showing up and they have that visit, whether even if it's only once a week for a few hours, the smiles that they bring is just amazing. Being able to chat with their loved ones, do a Zoom call. Many of them don't know how to work Zoom. I've done plenty of Zoom calls with clients and their loved ones to say, hey, look, they're doing fine. I'm here. We're getting them these good meals prepared. Just the linkage, the service, the companionship. I'm so proud of that. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's great.
That's awesome. I have a client who's 92, and I have been trying my best to, engage with her and not endanger her. So if I call her, if I FaceTime her, even when we were shut down, if she knew I was in the boutique, she's like, I'm on my way over. I'm like, no, stay right there. I'm only going to be here for a second, and I'll be right there. I say, you can come out and sit on the park bench and we could talk. I can show you my COVID-19 jokes and things like that. So she's good. But then I realized every time I call her, that would trigger a visit. And I'm like, you really shouldn't be out. She wasn't accepting of the fact that she shouldn't be out. On Saturday, she came over with her little cart, grocery cart, and she sat here, she shopped. But right before this call, I looked up and there she was with her cart. She's out. So I would call outside. I call it Rosie's day out because she just gets out. She just gets out. She's 92 years old and just gave up her license 2 years ago. But like you said, Shirrell, she wants that interaction. She is, she just can't sit still without it. And she doesn't understand the pandemic. And she says, I've lived a great life and I won't live it alone. I won't end it alone.
Absolutely.
Our seniors really need your services because they're trying to figure it out. And if they can't, they know what to do. She's got her cart. She's across the street. She even fell once going to the grocery store. And even though we've told her, we'll get you whatever you need, she still gets out.
It's like, no, I need some fresh air. I need to see people. I agree. And I hope that many more of our seniors are like that. They do have the power to take that walk or, stroll around the block, whatever the case is. Get out. Don't let the walls consume you inside of your home. Please, please, please.
It's not just the seniors either. I think
absolutely
every age,
everyone.
We're all struggling to some degree or another, without all that interaction. Even just like, the grocery store, going to the grocery store and interacting with that clerk that's checking you out, and that's even gone if you're not shopping at the stores,
Exactly. It's the new field trip. It's the new vacation. Hey, everybody, go to the grocery store.
Right.
Yeah. I know my clients
with the mask on, it's also hard to get that connection going. I feel like I'm smiling under my mask, but no one can see it.
Exactly.
Right. My clients have said, I'm the best dressed in the produce section and I don't care.
Exactly.
So, yes. Well, Shirrell, I know you are busy. You have staff there. You're preparing meals for today. The title of our segment is What Motivates You? So we're going to ask that question of you now and ask you what motivates you.
I really think that knowing that I'm providing a service that's much needed. I didn't come up with a widget or a gadget or an app, to keep people connected. This is real life, touch, feel, heal from within for many people, giving them the diet that they need to help their bodies heal from the inside. Knowing that my mom is doing so well, I really feel like that had a lot to do with her healthy eating after her surgery. Quite frankly, being able to employ people through this pandemic has been a motivation for me. And, if you want to get down to the bare bones, not only am I providing this great service, but when I go in and flip the light switch, the lights still come on because I have a business.
Right.
I'm thrilled about that.
So important.
Exactly.
So important.
So yeah, my motivations come from above, from within, from around. They're just, they're everywhere.
Awesome. That's so awesome. How about you, Rafia? What's motivating you this week? We do this segment every week, Shirrell. So we ask ourselves, what's our motivation for the week? we take it week by week or day by day.
Right. So our title of our show is called Monday Biz Motivation. And it can be a business motivation or it can be a personal motivation.
Sure.
But it's just, we do all have some sort of motivation to get up and do what we do every day, right?
Absolutely. And I want to see more services for chefs for seniors. I want to see more clients looking for the service. And just to dip back for a second to the affordability part of it, for the meal delivery only is a different pricing structure. So, if anyone wants information, please let me know. If someone, quite frankly, just can't afford the service and just needs a meal or two, I will find a way to deliver that meal at no charge. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to be of service.
That's so kind. Very kind.
And for your Love Premier, I know you offer the meal prep services because I have clients that have taken advantage of just the meal prepping and you deliver. Is that weekly, or how does that service work?
So it is a weekly meal prep service. So it's a flat rate for 8 meals. What they would do is, once I send out the menu, they would select 4 of the menu items. I would prepare 2 of each of those with some variation, so it's not so standard. Say, for instance, they do the simply grilled with a potato and spinach. I would have, a baked potato on one and mashed potatoes on the other, spinach on one, and maybe Brussels sprouts on the other, just to kind of give it a little variation. And that flat fee service is $125 plus delivery, which is just $6.95. So you're averaging about $15 per meal. If you call Grubhub, if you call, some of these other services, not only you're paying upwards of $20 per meal, but you're also having to pay gratuity. You've got to pay for the delivery charge. So it is quite affordable if you compare it to some other services. We have a 4-meal minimum. So the less meals that you order, unfortunately, the cost goes up a little bit, but it makes sense to do that 8. And if you do the 8, again, we donate 2 meals to a senior in need.
So it's 8 meals for $125?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a good deal.
Yes, ma'am.
And besides, it's going to be healthier.
Exactly.
A home cooked, prepared meal. And
exactly.
That's great.
With these 2 hands, I don't hand off the cooking responsibilities to anyone. If you ever have a question about what something tastes like, I don't have to transfer you to anybody. Call me. I made it.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right.
For me, my motivation for this week is I've got a bunch of little projects going. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't start like all of them at once and finish many of them. So I'm doing step by step so I can actually finish a project. So I'm kind of proud of myself. I finished 1 already.
Good.
One is good. That's progress.
Yes, it is. So,
exactly.
It's the little things in life.
Definitely. They all count. They all add up.
Absolutely.
What about you, Candance? What's your motivation? You're
I was going to ask
actually doing the most.
So I have, during COVID, we've all been impacted. And for me, one of the things that I enjoy about having All That and More Boutique is the engagement and the celebrations. I love celebrating, people, events, milestones. And this past week, actually today, would be the 5th. It marks the 5th year in which I've had Sunbit payment method services. So on Saturday, I knew we couldn't gather. And generally, when we do a celebration for the past 5 years, we've had upwards of 20 to 50 people. They come, they hang out. I hire Shirrell to do the food. And, we're just in here buzzing, sipping and shopping and doing all of that and celebrating the success of Sunbit. So knowing that it was happening, still wanting to mark the milestone, we did a virtual session like this, which was Q&A on Saturday. But all this week, we said, hey, if you're a Sunbit user, if you don't know Sunbit, come in, let's shop. I can share with you what the payment method is as we celebrate their 5 years in business. And so my motivation this week is to keep the celebration going, letting my clients, which I call Mornistas, know more about Sunbit, how they can, stretch their payments over 3, 6, or 12 months, and how, impactful Sunbit has been to my business when we actually started using it. I had a 35% increase in business. So who gets who gets that? And it's tapered down to 20%. And even during the pandemic, where most financial institutions were pulling back, minimizing their risks, they still supported my clients at the same level, which, again, speaks to the relationship. So this week, I'm going to be singing Sunbit praises all week long.
I like that.
That's a significant amount of increase. That's
really
good.
It really was. And they've gone on to offer their services in car dealerships. They're in optical places and dentist offices. So anywhere where you could be unprepared to handle the financial responsibility. So you take your car into a dealership, you think it's 400 and they say it's 12. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, I wasn't counting. Their services are there where you can put down what you thought you'd pay and finance the rest over 3, 6, or 12 months in an affordable manner, better than, the prices of credit cards. So yeah, that's my motivation.
It's sort of like a layaway plan.
It's better than layaway because you take it with you.
Exactly. You don't have to wait till it's paid. I'm a big customer, so I get it.
Yes, when it's layaway, I hold it hostage and you got to come back. But if your tire goes flat, you're like, you can keep that purse. I got to put tires on my car. But with Sunbit, you're able to take your things and, you're happy. I'm happy. We're all happy. It's a win-win for everyone.
And then when you get to, let's say I'm the customer, then I pay Sunbit. I don't pay you anything. Sunbit pays you?
Yes, I step out. It becomes a relationship between you and Sunbit. But the beauty of it is that the relationship starts with me. So even though you're paying Sunbit, my clients have a 99.9% repayment rate. So it's been awesome. I think the only two that didn't take place, those clients unfortunately passed away. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yay.
I love the service. I like being able to come and get, it may be out of my price range at the moment, but they make it affordable, and being able to lead with those things and knowing that the auto pay is coming out. You don't think about it anymore. You just get dressed.
It's done.
I need to come over, Candance. I need you to accessorize my chef coat. It's a little bland.
I got you. I see your embroidery popping here. I see you. So we're at that half-hour mark. We've shared what motivates us, but there are some amazing things happening in the Culver City Chamber that we want to let our audience know about. There's several things happening even today as it relates to events going on at the Culver City Chamber. This one, understanding the Payroll Protection Program, the PPP second round, the second draw. It's happening today. It'll be presented by the SVDC at 2:30 to 3. Please go register. We really want you to understand what's happening with the payroll protection, specifically the second draw at this time for small businesses. So register and attend. It's virtual. You don't even have to get on the freeway. Right. You got this one, Rafia?
The next one is March Government Affairs Committee meeting. It's tomorrow, Tuesday, March 16th from 4 to 5 p.m. And I'm assuming that you have to probably register for that as well.
Yes, for all the events, we want you to register. That way you'll get access, the code to sign in and everything. And this one's one of our favorites. It's Coffee and Commerce. Shirrell, we'd love to have you. If you're not preparing a meal, pop on and join us. It's happening on Wednesday, the 17th from 8:30 to 10. This has replaced during COVID our Culver City breakfast, where we get together on a monthly basis. It's still a great opportunity for you to introduce yourself, your business, your services, and network with like-minded people. We also have breakout sessions, so you bring the coffee and we bring the commerce.
Coffees, I like that. That's
yeah,
it will be good for you. I think you'll enjoy it.
And it's St. Patrick's Day, so I need to have guacamole cups or
something.
roast beef or something to commemorate the day.
Right. I won't have green eggs, but I'll have something. Yes.
And
Awesome.
then our next one is Convo with the Council Member, Thursday, March 18th from 4 to 5 p.m.
Yes, and we really encourage you to come out and speak to the council member. There's so many things happening in Culver City that you can have a firsthand conversation very candidly with our council member, our former mayor of Culver City. So he's very open to the discussion. He keeps us abreast from business and a residential perspective as to what's coming down the pipe, what's the council discussing. And I know I have an item that I'll be bringing up to discuss with him, so I will be there.
That's great.
Yes. And I think this is our last event. It's our bi-weekly COVID-19 Business Roundtable. It's happening on Monday, the 22nd at 2:30. This is between the Culver City Chamber is present. It's facilitated by Colin Diaz, our president, and the various members from the city as well as council member come. We're opening up this week, you guys, so we really need to make sure that we do all we can within our small businesses to stay open and to respond to the changes. And that's what this roundtable discussion has been. I know for me personally, it's been my lifeline. It's how I've stayed abreast of all the changes that are very fluid that have been happening. So, but that's it. Wait, one more, Rafia. There's one more event. There's one more event. Yes.
Okay, so it's Women in Business Connection in a Flash, Wednesday, March 24th, 4 to 5:15 p.m. So this one, I'm sure you have to register as well.
Yes. And this one, you guys, has been opened up not just to the women in business here in Culver City, but we've reached out to various chambers from Santa Monica, San Fernando, Beverly Hills, I believe. But at all the chambers on the west side, an invitation has been extended to them. So again, if you're a woman in business and you're looking to continue to make those connections, we encourage you to come out and connect with us in a flash.
I love that. And the date, I'm sorry, that was 3/24, and what was the time?
The 3/24, 4 to 5:15 p.m. And Shirrell, it's all on our calendar events. It's a new chamber website. You can go there to events, and everything is listed there.
Great. I love it. Okay.
Type your links and click to register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
CulverCityChamber.com. Please go visit. And for those of you watching also, please go visit the Chamber website and sign up for any of these events.
Yes.
Well, today we've had Chef Shirrell Edey from Chefs for Seniors. Please contact her. Her information has gone, well, it's going again on the little ticker tape down below. So you can contact her if you have any, it's not just for seniors, right? I mean, anybody can call you for if they wanted your service.
Absolutely.
So please contact her, and it sounds wonderful and amazing. So, you know, you can get a home cooked meal, something that is fresh and also good and healthy for you.
Absolutely.
And prepared just especially for you. She can do all of these things. She can deliver it already prepared or come to your home and deliver it.
Absolutely.
We really enjoyed hearing about your business today.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This has been amazing, Candance. You rock. Just love you to death. And it's so nice just meeting you, and just all of you. Just being here has been amazing. Thank you again.
Yeah, well, Shirrell, you rock, and I'm so happy that the community is really benefiting from all the love that you have. I'm so thankful that even the Assembly member, Sydney Kamlager, has recognized you now. Senator Kamlager recognized you as her, what did she call you? It's her volunteer of the year.
I was the essential worker for the month of February, which happened to be Black History Month. So the honor was just outstanding. I couldn't have been happier to have been acknowledged for that. So yeah, it was great. It was really
so you rock.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right,
and for those of you guys watching today, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you sharing our video here with your friends and sharing about this business that we've shared with you. If you are interested in joining us on any one of our Monday Biz Motivations, please contact the Chamber or one of us, and we'll be happy to put you up on our schedule.
Yes,
so,
and it's Women's History Month, so if you haven't noticed, we've been honoring some amazing women that serve the Culver City community. So women, we rock. We rock. It's so nice to hear the history that the amazing women are making. You're making history, so thank you.
Absolutely. All right.
Crowns on, ladies. Crowns on. Have a good week.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.